Hi, Price family. It's Crystal Purrier, your school librarian, and we are once again exploring Epic. This is your digital reading platform, and this is video 3. In the last video, we explored the teacher dashboard and account class settings to set the students up for success on their side. We also explored how to help the students log in. We added student accounts. And we also looked at how we could do student groupings. So if you missed that video, it is titled teacher account dashboard. So go back and watch that to catch up. In this one, we're going to explore what it looks like on a student view and how to teach them to really navigate Epic for the first time. So I'm going to share my experience with Epic for the first time, what I did and how I rested on my laurels of just assuming that students knew how to use Epic effectively. Yeah, they didn't. They're digital consumers. They are YouTube babies. They are video watchers. They don't know how to use technology for educational purposes. So because the librarian used Epic in the past, what they did know how to do was to look for their favorite book, flip through the pages, and level their icons up to receive an award of being higher level than their classmates. They knew how to find Pete the cat rocking in my school shoes and drive me crazy hearing that over and over again in various corners of the room. They knew how to change the looks of their icon and spend more time doing that than anything else. And they knew how to navigate and find all the videos to watch instead of the reading. So I quickly learned that I needed to do a better job of understanding and knowing Epic and teaching them how to navigate the site to be more engaged in finding good independent reading, and also for classroom use, how to find reading on their level. So if you've set up your class accounts correctly, then they're going to be able to find books in their grade levels, and they're going to be able to find books in their vast reading levels as well. So what we're going to do, looking at the dashboard, you can switch it to a student view to show them how to navigate it in a Google Meet pretty easily. You can go here in the right-hand side under My Students and go to Student Login, or over on the left-hand side, get login instructions. It will go there both ways. It looks a little different in each platform. So laptop Chromebook is a little different than iPad, iOS, or Android if they're using a tablet. But the student experience, regardless, is going to look the same once they get there. So I'm going to show Chromebook because I'm going to assume that most of our students are going to be accessing via a Chromebook. So we're going to go the student experience here. So you can share your screen with your students on a Google Meet or create a video for them to use, and this is what it'll look like. So once they have typed in a student code and follow the directions for that, they will find your name and they will find their icon or avatar associated with their name. This is where they may decide that they don't like what has been generated for them, and they can make some changes with that. We can talk about how to do that in a later video, or we can do that in a minute. I'll show you how to do that when we go into a student account. This is where the levels are associated, and where if they flip the pages, they can level up. And you might want to have a discussion about, yes, I see that people are different levels, but make sure your high quality reading is what's creating these levels, not just flipping through the pages. So let's go into what a student user dashboard looks like. So what you need to do is teach them some basics about how to navigate the site. So Epic does have a keyword search, and when I first began, they would just put in, something that how do you spell Diary of the Wimpy Kid? We do have Diary of the Wimpy Kid on here. You do have some of those titles, but I think it's important to let them explore the whole site before they start putting in keywords and titles. So at the very top, This is recommended things that are new and epic, and it changes all the time. So right now there's Boredom Busters, award winnings, science, anything that's new. Teach them that they need to scroll down. What they see on the very first spot is not all that's there. So these are some books that have been started by the student, but then have not been finished, or they could go back and read again. These are some books that are recommended based on what Aaron has been reading before, so what he might be into. So Wimpy Kid, very popular title, right? Series, and teach them that they can go left and right scroll. So here's some great choices for independent reading that the student might be interested in. And then based on their other reading preferences, it's going to continue to populate other things that they might enjoy. That's really important based on what they have, right? And then check out popular series. So you never have enough of your popular series. I don't have them enough in my library. I'm sure in your classroom library you don't either. And right now they're not going to have access to any of that. So here is where they can access some of these things. In a later video, I'll talk about how you can assign books to individual students and how you can assign collections of books. But just teaching them how to go up and down to find things is really important. The F&P, remember earlier in an earlier video, we talked about this is where they find their BAS level. So if you click on that, it will give them a drop down, and you can teach them how to find their reading level. So you also need to explain to them their letter may be in between, right? So teaching them the F is in between the E. It will populate books that are on their level, and they can work within that. I can't tell you how important it's been for me to teach them to click on the kitty cat read to me. Clicking on that page means clicking on that part of the page means that everything from here on out, as they scroll down and left to right, will all be books that have that green icon at the bottom that will read to them. Otherwise, they would tell me, and I'd want to pull my hair out, that the books weren't working, that they did not read to them. So then when you click and you hit the green button play, or you, hit the green button play.
Abdo Kids.
Then
Dinosaurs.
it plays.
Spinosaurus.
Hallelujah. And then you X out here. But let's go back a step. If I choose a title, it does not have that. This one. There's no play button. It is not going to read. It's broken. Spurrier, it's broken. My headphones aren't working. No, my love. Nope, it doesn't read to you. You have to read it yourself. Okay, then they can X here. X here. It doesn't read to you. That's when you have to read to yourself. I don't want that one. Okay, then here you go. Pick that one. Then you must also then teach them that the audiobooks are just audiobooks. They only read to you. There is no pages. Now, if and when we get back to in person, we have got great titles here that we can pair them up with. But for right now, when you click on the dot, you're only going to, okay, nice. You're only going to hear the dot.
By Peter H. Reynolds.
So if they have that at home and they want it, you know, that's great. If you want to turn the pages because you aren't great at reading books aloud, or you know, there you go. You've got that. I do want to point out, when you're teaching them things, they can favorite things, and then there's books in their library that they've liked, they want to go back to. That's there. This mailbox here, and if they've been my kiddo before, they know the mailbox feature. Anything I send them that I want them to read, anything that you're going to send them, assign them, that's where it goes to. So in a later video, when we talk about books that you're going to assign them, books that you want them to read on Epic, that's where it goes, is the mailbox. So these are books that I have sent to them in the past, and they have read or worked on these. They've been choices for them to look at and read, collections of books or individual books. And you will have that opportunity as well. They go to their mailbox to do that. So anything you are assigning them or collections, that's where it's going to go. That is information they've had before, but it will be something important for you to remember to do that. And I will show you that in a video as well, but I wanted to show you that today. And then if they need to leave, they can log out. So that is my tip for teaching the students to how to navigate the site. You know, it's also important, you know, again, to teach them how to use keywords, but our babies, you know, they can do an Explorer and it will populate some things for them based on pictures, right? So if they don't know how to spell, where we don't know, then there's some pictures to help them. This gets them started to do independent reading and finding things on their own. Much better than just trying to do, I want Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and they do dairy. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Wimp. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah, right. They don't know how to spell Wimpy Kid. Right. Let's see what we got though. Just in case. Well, we can get them started with a couple, right? We'll make some of those older kids happy. All right, that's all for this one. Trying to keep them under 10 to 15. So on our next one, I'm going to show you how to assign a book or assign a collection so that you can give everybody the same text or a group of texts to work. See you then.